Hello, it's me, Michelle. This is my channel, Michelle Monstera. Today, I'm going to show you how I propagate Pingicula, aka pings. So let's get right into it. There are two different ways that you can propagate. This is the way I do it. So this is my little skull planter. It does not have any drainage. And I'm going to plop the pings in here. Another way that people do it is through a little container that they cover. Oh, sorry, that's not very good. And as you can see, I already have a couple of ping in here. And this is the way I've seen people propagate. However, I have not had very good propagation rates or hits through this method. I have had pretty good results from just putting it in a little pot of soil, and not soil actually, carnivorous plant soil, which is basically peat moss and some perlite and maybe some moss. You don't want to actually use soil because any fertilization. So this is how I like to take ping propagations. So I will show you on this guy one way, and I'll show it to you a couple of times. You can take a leaf. I would not take like leaves that have not like fallen over yet, because those are quite new. You want an established leaf that is newer but not new and not really super old. Choose one that looks most accessible. This one does. And what you do, or what I do, is I take it and I like pinch it as close to the middle as possible. And you want to be delicate but firm. And you want to pull it out. Oops. I can hold and kind of wiggle it out. Okay, so this is a good hit because I didn't break this front part here. And I'm going to put it in here. I'm just going to lay it so that the point right here is touching the soil, and that is the most important part. The rest of the leaf, oops, ooh, super sticky, will die off, and it will, you'll get hits right here of the new plants, and you'll get little babies stemming from here. So I'll do another one, and I'll do it in the way that I like to do it, but I like to take the entire plant and flip it over. And you can see like the roots are very, very shallow here. You want to be very, very careful. And I'm going to pull an older one here. And the reason I like to do this is it's a little easier to make sure that you're getting a good pull. It just feels like I can peel it without getting a broken tip right there. So I'm also going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to place it in the soil right here, and I'll give it a good water afterwards. It's very sticky, so expect that. I have tried gloves, I have tried tweezers, but I feel like the tweezers pinch way too much and it actually ends up damaging the leaves, so I don't recommend it. It's okay to get dirt on top of this. It won't die necessarily. I just like it looking pretty, and I want more space for like bugs to get caught. Okay, you can actually see right here. Let's see, there's like a little dead fungus gnat. So I'm going to do it once again on this guy, this unknown variety. Go under, and then you can like feel where the bottom is because it comes out of the soil because of the roots. Super shallow, and you can tip it over. So I'm going to pull this guy right here. I'm going to show you if you guys can see. Really pinch, really get close to pinching, but don't pinch with your fingernails especially. You want to pinch with your fingertips and as close to the middle of the plant as possible. So I'm holding on, and that's a pretty good hit, and I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to take maybe a newer one. I don't know. I also try not to take too many leaves off of the plant you don't want to stress the plant. Okay, that one came off really easily too. So we're going to put it right here. Oops. Very, very sticky. So definitely, you're probably going to touch the dead bugs too. That's okay though. You just kind of shove it back in there, and I make sure that the roots are touching the substrate. Shove. And I can like uncurl these guys right here. Gosh. Oh man, I'm getting this really dirty. Not a very good example, but we can wash those off later. Okay. Okay, so these are the leaf poles here. And once again, I'm trying to make sure that, oh, look at that one. This has like a fly on there. You can tell it curves. You definitely just want to make sure, sometimes I make a divot there. I just make sure that the tip of the plant or the leaf is really touching the soil. Once again, you can use tools or whatnot. Not necessary. And I find it a little bit more, like you can have a little more control with just your finger. And, oops. I don't recommend putting them outside. I feel like they're very sunlight sensitive and they could burn, but I have had best success with underneath grow lights. So I'm going to put a couple of the cuttings in here. And as you can see, there are existing hits there. There are like little ones here. The reason why I haven't had success in this in a container is because I just don't think I can get it to be wet enough or keep it wet enough. I find I have trouble figuring out the level of moisture on a paper towel versus like this guy. Every day I would just go in and squirt a bit of water on the top here to make sure that is moist. And then that's really it. You want to make sure that the ping leaf is touching the substrate once again. I wanted to get you in a little bit closer to see what they look like. And this guy here. I'll give them a little spurt of water. And you want to use distilled or like rainwater. So actually, let me show you. And I just have a little squirt bottle, thing here. And I'm going to like wet them down. Not necessarily on the leaves, you want the substrate around it to be wet. And then like for this, I feel like they moves around quite a bit, whereas if it's in soil, it's not going to move around as much. But that's just my preference. I will showcase some of the pictures I took of my Pingicula pings over the summer, and they did really, really well. I had so many pings that I didn't know what to do with them, and I ended up trading a bunch of them and giving them away or like gifting them. So I'll keep you updated on some of the pings and these leaf cuttings.